It's easier to be African than African American in the United States. Spicy, but I'd love to hear a counter.
If you want to support the platform just in case anything like this happens again, you can do it by way of PayPal, Patreon, Cash App, and also by the Anchor. And you can also further support the platform by way of going to the Teespring store or the shoe store that is located in the comment section below.
Ditch this and tell me something that the black community needs to hear, like ASAP.
A little spicy, but I believe it's easier to navigate the United States as a first generation African than it is to navigate as an African American. And although both groups experience generational trauma and anti blackness, Africans oftentimes opt out of their black identity when it's convenient, and we don't have to experience generational debt. We come to this country with zero, a clean slate, which is oftentimes easier than some of the financial pitfalls that African Americans are forced to experience in the communities that they've been subjugated to. So it's easier to be African than African American in the United States. Spicy, but I'd love to hear a counter.
So I'm taking it that the guy that is speaking is African or other. And he was talking from his perspective, from his understanding, and he was stating what? He said that when we basically coming over here, meaning people of the diaspora, and they come to the United States of America for a better way of life, for a dream, for better money, in order to increase their life expectancy, they are able to get ahead. They are able to have a fresh start. They are able to do what a lot of other black people are not able to do because they don't have the history. Understand what he's saying? They don't have the history. So he's letting you know that there is clear cut a difference in between them coming over here versus us who has initially been here. This is something that people in the community have stated over and over and over and over again. But now, due to the fact of social media, you have more voices out here that are trying to say, oh no, that's lies. No, no, no. Everybody's on the exact same playing field. It's the exact same. Everything is, it's not. If people have advantages out here, it's okay to list that people have advantages out here. Nobody's saying that anybody's cheating. Having an advantage that is, in a sense, naturally given is not a cheat. It just is what it is. So if people are coming from the Caribbean, if people are coming from Africa, if people are coming from Brazil or other areas of South America, and they're able to have a better start than us who have been here for so long, it is what it is. Their eyes are vastly different. They can formulate relationships different from what we would be able to do because we have an issue with trust. We have an issue with believing. We have an issue in faith by way of the fact of the history, historically, what Black Americans have had to deal with in this country. And to have a lot of people out here not acknowledge that, or to try to say that, in a sense, you're holding this back, you're going to the past, and all of these other things without acknowledging the fact that other people who come here, who don't have our traumas, who don't have our history, who don't have our relationships and all of this other type of stuff, they're able to make certain things happen. They can easily formulate those businesses because they can form those relationships with people because there's not, in a sense, a broken or lost faith, a broken trust. There's no type of underhandedness that has come with that. The laws that were what they were previous doesn't have anything to do with those people of now. Like I said, they don't have a recollection, they don't have a history, they don't have any of those things that we have. And then the most important thing that he highlighted was the fact that he said that they can opt out of their blackness. Now, some people would try to say, like, what do you mean opt out of your blackness? I can obviously tell that this person has melanin. This is a carbon individual. He's not saying from a standpoint of skin. He's stating that when there's a difference, or when they want to show a difference in between black people from other areas in the world versus black Americans, because there is a difference. The way that we walk, the way that we talk, the way that we act, how it is that we, stand up or, protest, how we speak out, there is a difference. And if they don't want to, in a sense, have people think that that is who they are, and that is what they side with and what it is that they are about, they're going to make sure to tell you that, hey, I'm from, you know, Trinidad, or I'm from the islands, I'm African. Or if they can't tell you in that way, then it's going to be by the flag. If you can't tell by that way, then it's going to be by how the tone in their voice. Right. So you're gonna have maybe somebody having a Jamaican accent. You might have somebody coming through with a African accent to differentiate themselves from what people understand and know black Americans to be. So that the moment in time, like let's say a police interaction, if a police interaction happens, they could be here in America for the longest time possible. But in order for them to, in a sense, make the police feel comfortable, they're going to swap and put on that accent of their family, of their people, in order to lessen the likelihood of the police having a type of initial response, because they understand what it is that if the police are to hear or see what they perceive to be a black American, they're going to act and have an attitude a certain type of way. But if they understand, right, word wise, vocally, that this person sounds and they're talking as if they're not from here, my defenses are down. I'm not going to be so aggressive, because obviously they're ignorant of whatever, the laws are. Maybe they don't have an understanding. Maybe English is not their first language. Maybe they just got here. Like, they have all of those things that the cops will more than likely play directly into, versus what they would do if it's somebody it's pretty obvious that they are black American. You can, in a sense, say the same thing when it comes to them trying to receive or get loans or a variety of things like that. Like I said, everybody can play costume. Everybody can play and act as though that they are black American while not actually being black American. That's all he's saying. And it is the honest truth, because I've literally witnessed and heard people switch up when certain things transpire, and then they'll just go back to what they were normally doing. So, like I said before, the main thing that I love about the internet is the amount of honesty that is directly out here, and how it is that, people like this will come through with this honesty. Now, the interesting thing is going to be to see how people will actually respond to the honesty, right? Will people continue to disregard it? Will you have more people be honest about their experience and what it is that they witnessed and seen or done themselves? Or will people just ignore it and just continue like this never happened?